back to our channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Heidi. This is Erwin, my lovely fiance. Aylin's gonna be a little assistant today. What is it called? Sous chef? A little sous chef. So if you guys have been watching our videos, then you guys probably seen Erwin already made a aguachile verde video. It is rainy today, it's chilly out, and he decided because I don't really help. He is making chicken tortilla soup.
Shred it up.
I'll leave it to the chef.
Chicken tortilla soup.
That's what I said. Chicken tortilla soup.
My tia Ceci's famous chicken tortilla soup.
It's bomb.
Today we're gonna change things up. Usually we get the raw chicken. Kind of been playing with it a little bit. During the week, it's kind of hard to do a quick dinner. You found it's way easier if we just get a rotisserie chicken, shred it up. That way you don't have to, like, if you forgot to pull out the chicken out the freezer, a lot more easier, a lot quicker. Avoid steps tortilla soup by just getting the rotisserie chicken at one of your convenience stores already ready. So Aylin here is gonna help me shred it up. Right, baby? This literally should only take you about, prep time is probably gonna be anywhere in between, depending on how fast you cut and stuff like that, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes. And cook time is probably anywhere from like 25 to 30 minutes. Maybe even faster than that. This is probably one of the easiest dinners for me to make, and everybody loves it here. It's our favorite, but it usually takes me like 30 minutes to get everything done. Know how to chop everything down. I do this dinner at least once a month during winter time, if not twice a month. And it's good because you have a lot of leftovers, so it's good to stay to work. Yeah.
Daddy, can I take this off with the bowl?
I'm pretty much gonna prep everything up right now for you guys. That way you guys don't have to see all the boring stuff of us cutting all the vegetables and everything. So we're gonna get it all set up to where we can show you guys how to make a chicken tortilla soup step by step. This is a recipe that my tia Ceci showed me how to make, and it's been like one of our favorite recipes. I've tweaked it a little bit here and there to our taste, obviously. Kids love it, I love it, Heidi loves it. Has a lot of vegetables, which is good for the kids. It's like the only time they actually eat their vegetables. Honestly, this could probably feed a good 6 to 8 people, like a nice, decent sized bowl. So far we got celery, carrots. I usually use one of those little bags. Just chop them up into like thirds. We got some corn. Usually cut those up in thirds too. Small pieces like this. What's my favorite thing to put in this caldo? What's it called?
Chayote.
Chayote.
Chayote?
Chayote.
And how many celeries did you use?
I used one whole bunch of celeries. My aunt didn't add this to hers, but I like to add it because a lot of people use it in their caldo de res. When I was growing up, my grandpa used to always use this. If you guys can see, there's a seed right there. A lot of my family knows I was one of his favorites. I know my grandpa used to always put the seed in my bowl of caldo because he knew it was my favorite. I like to use this in our chicken tortilla soup. It doesn't get too soggy like when you use like bikinis and stuff like that. And not only that, I like to incorporate it, and show the kids, kind of share the story of where the chayote comes from. I like to share a lot of stories about my grandfather. He was like my father because I didn't really have a dad growing up. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. All right, so really quick, what we got here is a medium-sized can of black beans. I rinse them off. I don't like the broth that comes with it. The first thing we're gonna use is gonna be 2 tomatoes chopped up with a half an onion chopped up. We're gonna add that to the oil first. 2 green bell peppers, 1 red bell pepper, 1 whole bunch of celery, 1 chayote, 1 small bag of mini carrots, 4 corns, rotisserie chicken shredded. What I like about this is you don't only get the white meat in it, you get the nice dark meat with it too, which has a lot of flavor. We have some of our garnishments that we'll use afterwards, a little bit of cilantro, onions, Serrano to spice things up, some avocado, limes, and I don't know if a lot of people would like this, but my aunt showed me to put queso fresco in it. I think it tastes really good. Heidi doesn't like her queso fresco in it. Some chicken broth. So we're just gonna jump into it. It's gonna be super easy, super fast. I already have the pan at high heat. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it next. So maybe about a 1/4 cup of oil, 2 chopped up tomatoes and half a chopped up white onion. Let that cook a little bit. You'll notice the onions get a little goldish brownish. Saute them a little bit, you know. I usually don't measure it because for you guys, I will measure it. You're gonna add 1 tablespoon right now of this chicken bouillon. I like to use a green one. So after you see how it's all kind of goldish brownish, it's kind of cooking. You don't want to cook it all the way through because once you throw the water and everything's gonna start boiling. I'm gonna add my chicken now. Once I throw my chicken in there, kind of mix it up a little bit. Then I'll add my chicken broth to it. 2 pounds.
32 ounces.
The only two, man. How many times have I told you the truth, man? How many nights I've been woke, swerving them potholes, not trying to fuck up the wheels or fuck up the deals. I'm posted in Stockholm, it's me, the Owls, and the twins. It's only the real. I'm moving way too humble. Weezy and handed it off. I still got no fumbles. I'm on a hot 100, numero uno. This one ain't come with a bundle. I'm in the win, $1 million in chocolate chips, and that's your time.
Gonna add about 8 cups of water to this. Go ahead and add 1 small can, 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'll let this come to a boil. Before I do, I'm gonna add the corn to it. Corn usually takes the longest to cook, so we want to get that in there right away. So we're gonna let that come to a boil. Usually close it up so it goes faster. While that's boiling, I'm gonna start cooking some of my tortilla chips. Bring this to like a medium heat. You don't want to burn them. You can start off with high heat, and then once it gets hot, just throw it into like medium heat. That way they don't burn on you too quickly. And you want to bring them out before they get golden brown in there, because they'll keep cooking as you bring them out. Recommend you get yourself a little strainer. Try to move them around a little bit, that way they don't stick to each other. Look at me all chefed up. I'm gonna share with you guys the Chipotle secret.
What Johnny's?
We're gonna use it, instead of seasoning it with regular salt, we're gonna do the Johnny's.
Johnny's is my favorite for everything.
You don't have to do this, but honestly, if you make them fresh, it makes the soup like 10 times better. Sometimes when we're lazy, we just get the store-bought tortilla chips. Okay, as you can see, I can feel that they're getting a little hard now. I like to pull them out now. As you pull them out, you'll see that they start to change color a little bit. They're still cooking. And right away, you want to go ahead and throw some lime juice on it. That way it seeps inside the tortilla. So a little bit of this Johnny's on it. Just a little bit, you don't want it to overpower it. A little toss. A little more lime on it. Salt. Oh, you got a nice little sizzle to it. Okay, once this comes to somewhat of a boil, we'll add the carrots, because those ones also take a little while to soften up. We're gonna add the chayote, the celery. We're gonna add the bell peppers. If you need to add water at this point, you can. You have to give it that nice mix. I won't add the black beans till the end. Those ones just need to be heated up. They're already pre-cooked. So this probably has like another good 15-20 minutes of cooking. I think that's good enough right there. Taste test it. If you need a little bit more of salt or of the chicken bouillon. As you guys can see, this has come to a boil now. What I like to do, a lot of people say, well, how do you know if it's ready? Just pull out a little bit. If the carrots are al dente, which means they're soft, you're pretty much ready. The chicken was already cooked. Since we're almost done with this, now we're gonna add the black beans, because remember, these are already pre-cooked black beans that come in a can. You'll just add that to it, because all you need for them is to warm up. Kind of mix them in there. I'll let that sit there for a couple minutes. This thing's ready to serve though. Alright guys, and here you have it. Chicken tortilla soup. Got all your veggies in there. Your chayote, corn. This is the first time, well, not the first time, but usually I do the canned corn. But this, you know, my daughter really loves the corn on the cob, so I did it this way this time. You got your celery, your carrots, black beans, bell peppers are somewhere in there. And we're gonna top this off with some onions, some Serranos, give it a nice little kick. Add some avocado to this. Break that up in there. Add some lime to it. Some cilantro. And it can't be a chicken tortilla soup without the tortilla chips. Get that extra kick. Me and Heidi, we love to put this Chipotle chili in it. It gives it that nice little extra kick. Just kind of mix it in there. And this is optional. Don't knock it till you try it. I like to put a little bit of queso fresco in there. For the taste test, hopefully I don't burn my mouth off. That's on point right there. It's gonna be raining all week. If you guys do decide to make it, tag me on your videos. I'd love to see you guys actually make this. I've had a handful of people actually ask me the recipe, and I like sat there and like typed up the whole thing. Now you guys got a video.